Let me move this gavel. I would like to call the regular meeting of the Housing Successor Agency, and City Council to order, please. Deputy City Clerk, roll call.
Councilmember Martin?
Here.
Councilmember Rodriguez? Here. Councilmember Zamora?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Rounds?
Here.
Mayor Sarno?
Here. Public comments. Public comments are now open. The public may address the city council closed session items only. For those that are here to make a public comment, you will have an opportunity to, once the deputy city clerk announces your name, you will have 3 minutes to speak. Deputy City Clerk, do we have anybody wishing to speak?
No speakers, Mayor.
I will now close the public comments. Closed session, item number 1, I would like to call upon the new city attorney to read the closed session item, please.
Council, we have one item posted on tonight's agenda. It's a conference with real property negotiators. Closed session for this item is authorized pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8. We also have 2 walk-on items for tonight. These items came to the attention of staff after the agenda was posted, and there is a need to take immediate action. Closed session for the walk-on item is authorized pursuant to Government Code Section 54954.2B2. The first item to be added is closed session pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.8, conference with real property negotiators. The property PIN number is 8009-023-900. The address is 10900 Pioneer Boulevard in Santa Fe Springs. The negotiator for the city is Rene Bobadilla. The negotiating party on the other side is Enfuego Baseball. The second item to be added is a real property negotiations. The property ID for that property is 8008-010-907. That property is located at 10400 Oren Day Road in Santa Fe Springs. Again, the agency negotiator for this item is City Manager Rene Bobadilla. The negotiating party is Whittier Union High School District. So if those items can be added as items 2 and 3 to the closed session, we would need a vote of the City Council to add those 2 items. Thank you.
Could I get a motion? Second?
I second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 So ordered. We will now recess the closed session. We will reconvene the meeting after the closed session discussion to hear the report from the city attorney and continue the rest of the meeting.
Mayor, members of the City Council, the first item that was posted on today's agenda, the City Council received a report from the City Manager. Direction was given, but no final action was taken. With respect to the two walk-on items, I have the same report. The City Manager provided the City Council with an update and a report on these two items. Direction was given by the City Council, but no final action was taken. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now continue the meeting. Next would be invocation. I'd like to call upon Cindy Jarvis to lead us in the invocation, please. Please rise.
Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord God is with you. He will not fail you. Joshua 1:9. Be brave. When young Bruno came to our Relay for Life event last Saturday, his parents called him Brave Bruno. You see, Bruno is only 18 months old and battling cancer in the fight for his young life. When we think of leaning on the Lord in times of need, being strong and courageous is a verse we often think of. As we pray tonight, let's lift up Bruno and others who are sick so they can continue to be strong and courageous in the battle. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we lift up those who are sick and need support right now. May you help them to remain steadfast in the midst of what seems like chaos in their life. May you guide and protect Bruno and others who need you right now. Help us stand in the gap through prayer and support. Amen.
Amen. I'd like to call Bonnie Belmont to the front, please.
Everybody rise. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you please tell the audience a little bit about yourself? What school you go to, what grade you're in, favorite subject, color?
I am Avani Belmont, and I go to Lakeview Elementary. I'm in 5th grade, and my favorite color is brown. And
My son's in the 4th grade. Do you ever see him? Does he do bad in there? Can you let him know? Can you let me know, please? Thank you. Would you like a picture with all of us? Okay, come on. Turn around, and we're going to take a picture right there, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Next, introductions. I would like to introduce the following representatives from the Chamber of Commerce. Of course, Kathy Fink, CEO, Chamber. Debbie Wade, Tepeyac Restaurant and Tequila Sports Bar. You should be bringing some tequila the next time you come here, please. Nice. Ken Stewart and Edward Jones are joining us via YouTube. Hello. Next, we're going to do presentations, 3 through 7. Presentation item number 2 will be brought back in the October 15th meeting. Proclamation Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'd like to call upon Public Information Officer Raylene Barraza.
Good evening, Mayor Sarno and members of the City Council. I would like to invite Monique Gutierrez, Director of the Abigail Barraza Foundation, up to the podium to say a few words and to accept the proclamation.
Good evening, members of council. I would like to thank you for, again, proclaiming breast cancer awareness for the month of October. We are coming up on our 20th year, and this has grown so much from just an idea in a small office with Councilwoman Martin to what it is today. We were the first city to go pink in the whole state of California 20 years ago. So I'm very proud of that. Since then, every other city in the state of California has done the same. I still think we've done it better than everyone else, but that's just my opinion. It's been such a great campaign throughout the years. We get so many emails every year about how we support the fighters, the survivors, and the ones that are no longer with us, like my mother, which is why we are doing this today, and we have the Abigail Barraza Foundation. I just cannot thank you guys enough for your support. I hope it continues for another 20 years. And it's just a campaign that everybody's involved in, from everybody's city departments to now businesses. Thursday, we're kicking off at Starbucks for our Paint the Town Pink campaign. And if you walk into Starbucks this October, you're gonna see pink ribbons with everybody's name that's been affected by cancer in the Starbucks. And we thank Daniel for that. This is our 3rd year doing it. So if you're available and in town on Thursday, we'll be there from 5 to 8. And that's our kickoff of Paint the Town Pink Santa Fe Springs. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah. You want a crown?
Mayor, may I? please?
Yes.
It's an honor. I mean, 20 years this has been going on, and it's true, Monique. It was like literally in your dad's office, and what are we gonna do? And let me tell you, Monique every year outdoes herself, and let me try this, and let me try that, and for some reason, how we pull it off. And thank you for having that vision, and it's great seeing, when you see the bridge and everything, it's for everyone here that has someone out there that know that Santa Fe Springs is backing them up, and we're here for them. Whether they're still fighting or have passed, we will always have them in our heart, and Santa Fe Springs will always be there for them. So, again, Miss Santa Fe Springs pageant, you guys have done a great job. And Monique, thank you for keep doing this, and I'll be there. So, yeah. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I was gonna say something, 20 years ago, you were like 40, so I'm just, but
So,
maybe.
I was younger than I am now.
No, I just want to say, congratulations to you guys, and this is what Santa Fe Springs is really about. We set the trends. We've set the trends in the past, and we're going to start setting the trends again in the future. But this is the way you get to keep your mother's name alive and keep it going, and for all the other people that have lost a loved one to this horrible disease, you keep it going for everyone. So thank you for what you do, too. So thank you, Monique.
Monique, again, congratulations on 20 years. It seems like it hasn't been 20 years since I sat in the bank and talked to your mom. I mean, I was privileged to know your mom one-on-one, and what a great woman, and thank you for carrying on her name. So, great program, great cause, and girls, thank you for being part of this, too.
I'd like to also say thank you. 20 years, wow, that's a long time, and you do a great job, all of you that are involved. And I want to say congratulations to the young ladies, because you're always out there, the way you, and you too, the volunteering, the programs that you set for these young ladies. It's something that you'll never forget, and who knows, maybe afterwards you're going to be doing this when you get older. There's all sorts of programs that you can create. You just have to have the imagination and just the will to say, I can do this. It's a great program. Thank you.
Also, to add what my colleagues have been saying, just to talk about Abigail Barraza, I mean, for those of you individuals here, Abigail used to work at Bank of America, and she made things easy for people that didn't understand the banking process. I mean, and she walked everybody through it. Everybody knew her by name. Everybody wanted to go to her. I mean, I know you know that. And it was, anytime somebody set up an appointment, you wanted Abigail Barraza to work with you, whether it be your home, even cashing a check, they would look for her. And, I remember going to the bank just with my family, and you would just, everybody You know, they'd be like, oh, I mean, ahí está Abigail, and they would want to go talk to her. So having a foundation, having a legacy makes it easy because the legacy of the person is what drives it. You know, she was an amazing woman. And this is where she was just a classy lady. And seeing you young ladies represent, that's what you're representing, that classiness. And I can't thank you enough for what you guys do in the city of Santa Fe Springs. We have a lot of individuals, little girls that look up to you guys, and I can't thank you enough. When I see you guys walking around at our events, making people feel comfortable, going out there to dance, it's great to see our future leaders just rising up. So thank you, Ms. Monique, and thank you to the Abigail Barraza Foundation.
Thank you. Next, National Walk to School Day. I would like to call upon Public Information Officer Raylene Barraza.
Good evening again, mayors and city council. This evening, we bring before you the proclamation to proclaim October 2nd as National Walk to School Day in the city of Santa Fe Springs. This day encourages students, parents, and community members to embrace the benefits of walking, from improving health to reducing traffic and pollution. Walking to school fosters a great sense of community and helps us create safer, more active neighborhoods. Tomorrow morning, the city will celebrate this day by gathering local schools in the community to walk, stay active, and enjoy the outdoors together. Our annual Walk to School Day would not be a success without the support of our local partners. I would like to thank the Little Lake City School District and Los Nietos School District, the City of Norwalk Public Safety, Santa Fe Springs Police Services Department, and the Whittier Police Department. I would now like to invite the following attendees up to the dais to accept the proclamation. Monica Johnson, Little Lake City School District Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services. Callie Love, Lakeview Elementary School Principal. Callie Kidwell Colazo, Rancho Santa Gertrudis Elementary School Principal. And Cindy Jarvis, Santa Fe Springs Christian School Principal.
Can I call up my other two principals who are also here?
Ready?
All right. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies. No. Next is the Fire Prevention Week. I would like to call upon Fire Chief Van Meeteren. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. How are you?
You can go over there if you want.
I'm good right here. but,
He's all talking.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, City Council, thank you. This year's theme for Fire Prevention Week is smoke alarms. Make them work for you. We can't express the importance of what smoke alarms mean to saving lives. I'm not sure that the council is aware in the audience, but law requires now that you have a smoke detector in every room and a smoke detector and a CO detector in your hallways. So if you don't have them, please make sure you do. We also recommend that you guys test the smoke detectors every year, and a great time to do that would be when you change your clocks. So that's coming up in about the next month, so I'd recommend doing that. Also, swap out every 10 years of your smoke detectors. So with that, I think I see a special guest in the back right now.
Oh, nice.
We could give Sparky, 73 years old this year, a nice warm welcome.
What's up, Spark?
Oh, nice photo.
Thank you, sir. Oh, a free smoke alarm. Nice. Was this part of your budget, sir? Two smoke alarms? No, you have a kid too. You can put it over there.
So what the firefighters here are handing out are smoke detectors in bags for everybody and an information pamphlet. So please take that home and put it up.
Could we get Sparky and all the firemen up here, please, to accept the proclamation? And Fire Chief?
If I could, one more thing really quick, Mr. Mayor, if I get the next slide, please. As part of Fire Prevention Week, we do an open house every year. This year it's on October 12th, and we'd love to see everybody out there, council and everybody from the community. Last year was a great hit, and we're going to make it bigger and better this year. So thank you.
Awesome. Most definitely. There you go. Sparky. Sparky. Come get it. Nice job, sir. No, don't eat that. What? You guys just go in. No, you guys are good. Stay where you guys are going to be. We got it.
All right. Can I have you two at the end screen just a little bit more? Thank you. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Item number 6, Omega Operable Unit. I would like to call upon Jack Keener to provide a presentation.
Mayor, City Council, my name is Jack Keener. I'm the project manager responsible for the implementation of the interim groundwater containment remedy as part of the Omega Chemical Superfund Site Operable Unit 2. Before I begin, I do have a presentation, but I do want to express my clients' appreciation, my team's appreciation for the tremendous amount of work and cooperation that we've experienced working with the City of Santa Fe Springs. You guys have been absolute rock stars in getting this project underway, and we're very happy. For those of you who've been around, sounds like most of you have been for a long time, the Omega Chemical Superfund Site has been around since the 1990s. It started out as one facility up in Whittier, but now it's commingled with a number of other contamination source properties in the city. We are obligated to build a groundwater pump and treat remedy that will stop the spread of contamination and begin to remediate the underlying groundwater. So it's been 2010 EPA, the federal government, issued the proposed plan for the operable unit, and I'm pleased to say that we are very near complete with design. And for those folks who drive back and forth across some of the bigger city streets, you've seen some of our work. We've been installing a pipeline along Pioneer, Merson. We stayed off of, well, Norwalk. We were on Norwalk for a little bit. But we do apologize for any parking inconveniences or traffic jams. We're very hopeful to be out of the city streets by the end of this calendar year. And then we'll focus all of our work on the facility itself. I have a clicker. I won't read this. You guys have it. I wanted to show you pictures of it. So,
and Jack, if I may, just for the audience purposes and those that aren't familiar, so this becomes a EPA Superfund operable unit because of contamination that somebody contaminated.
Correct.
Some chemicals into the ground that eventually have potentially made its way to the groundwater.
Correct.
And your job per EPA mandate is to clean it up.
Correct.
And to basically extract water, clean it, and inject it back.
So we're not going to inject it back.
Oh,
What
you're
we're
gonna-
going to do is we're going to discharge it out to the spreading basins.
But it is to clean up contamination that's been in the ground for quite some time.
Correct, correct. So my client group consists of two big parties: the customers of the former Omega Chemical Facility, which is in Whittier. For folks who've been here for a long time, you know what that was. It was a solvent recycling facility operated from the 1970s through about the early 90s. And then that owner-operator abandoned his facility, and the state stepped in to clean it up, or at least start the cleanup, and then they targeted the customers, the people who sent waste there. That's one group, and then another one of our clients is the McKesson facility, which is right there, right about Sorensen. Between the Omega Group and the McKesson Corporation, those are the only two parties of all these other parties that are on the screen that have decided to participate in the cleanup. The number of the parties that are on the screen, most of them are under state-mandated cleanup orders, and that's happening. So if the City of Santa Fe Springs wants to put pressure on both DTSC and Regional Board, we would welcome that to facilitate cleanup at those facilities. Because what we're doing is we're working on this piece, this blue piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to design and build a groundwater pump and treat remedy that will contain all of the groundwater inside that yellow box or that yellow line. And then we'll bring that water to the surface. We'll treat it to basically better than drinking water. And then we'll put it in the spreading basins between the inflatable dams 6 and 7. Okay. You don't need that. This is our infrastructure, and this is what we've been building since, I think we started building in 2022, thereabouts. So all the red line is pipeline, and we elected to do most of this work as directional drilling to avoid traffic upset or ripping open city streets. So we're pretty pleased that the rate at which we're going. For those folks who know groundwater remediation or remediation sites, the design alone can take 10 to 15 years. I'm very happy to report that we completed our design element in 3 years. And a lot of that was with the city's cooperation. You guys were able to get us permits, and we got through plan review, we got through plan check. So I'm very, very happy with that. And we're very lucky to buy a piece of property in which we'll build a 46,000 square foot treatment facility to city standards. So it's a really pretty building, and we'll pump and treat that groundwater there from now until, you know, Avani is retired. So there you go. And so, yeah, I think our building will go up next year. It's probably, I have a schedule in here. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to find the contractor to build the building and the treatment plant. I'm pleased to report that we do have some high caliber, high quality contractors that are interested in the work. So that work will begin in earnest in second or third quarter of 2025, probably take about a year to build the building, and then another year or so to build the treatment plant. So we'll be discharging water in 2027. There you go. No. The building's completely self-contained. We won't have any. We do have a discharge, but there are no chemicals that we discharge to the atmosphere, nothing like that. We do have brine that will go to the sanitary sewer, but the vast majority of our water will go to the infiltration basins for recharge of groundwater. You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
Jack, as far as putting pressure on DTSC and the state board, would Congress through EPA help at this point?
So EPA is actively involved in source property cleanup. There are a number of other facilities that are under state order to remediate the underlying groundwater and soil contamination. Because our remedy is so large and what we're pumping out is really at the tail end of it all, we're not attacking nor under obligation to actually treat contamination on individual properties. Our clients, the Omega Group and McKesson, have already done or have substantially completed their obligation on their properties, but there are a number of other facilities that have yet to begin remediation. Angeles Chemical, Earl Manufacturing are they're it's public information. Those are sites that are under state order to remediate. We would like them to do it faster. So
We would too.
I have some an input. Just I know that Fibrotech used to always get a really bad rap over all this contamination, and it's just good to see them being a team player, because I know for years we'd get letters and phone calls saying that how much Fibrotech has polluted our ground. Residents try to say that they pollute our groundwater, and it's like, no, we get our water from, of course, a different source that has no pollution. So on the aspect of when it comes to these different businesses and their, the remedial process, is there any benefits or grants that they can receive back, or?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of money. There's the SCAP grant, and then there's the Equitable Communities Revitalization Act that was all promulgated under the Biden administration that provided a tremendous amount of funding for applicants. The city, I know we talked to the director of planning before on the city creating a special overlay to facilitate access to some state grant money and federal grant money to facilitate remedial investigation and assessment and cleanup ultimately. But it's very competitive now, obviously. But there are two programs that I know of that the state does have some dollars for funding.
Would there be any money for us? Because if we were looking to put a well somewhere in that area, but we can't because of it, maybe we would be able to get some state help with some other resources.
We can connect you up with the folks at DTSC that manage those grants.
Yeah.
Because we had a call, I think, when Wayne was around. We had a call to try to figure out how it would work, what level of effort would be required by the city, how would you do it? So I think the state's open to those conversations, and it's just a very competitive program now.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Item number 7, recap the 2024 Relay for Life. I would like to call upon Director of Parks and Recreation, Gus Hernandez.
Thank you. Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. On Saturday, September 21st, the city collaborated with the American Cancer Society to put on the Relay for Life event. This year was a new venue held over at Little Lake Park, and it truly turned out to be a magnificent event where we celebrated, remembered, and fought back against cancer. This year's event was co-led by our event chairs, our Fire Chief, Chief Van Meeren, and Cindy Jarvis, of course with the help of Nancy Gutzmer, excuse me. And so it truly was a pleasure to work alongside them to put this event together for our community. Thanks to the enhancements made by our City Council, we were able to have a nice big stage with screens that everybody can see from far away. We added kids zone areas that included inflatables. We had a nice playground at that facility, amongst various other entertainment acts. And the change to the new location certainly presented its logistical challenges. However, working alongside the event leadership team for this event, we were able to make this transition to this new location almost seamlessly. And our participation numbers certainly reflect that. This year, we had 1,300 more participants than we've had in previous years, surpassing any pre-COVID totals. So we're very, very proud of that. And our American Cancer Society event leadership team should be extremely proud of that participation. I'll go ahead and leave you there, and I'd like to introduce the event co-chair here, Ms. Cindy Jarvis, to talk a little bit more about the event.
Well, to say it was a really great event, I think, is an understatement. If you were there, you experienced something unlike anything else. It was a time for us to reach people, a time for us to love on our community, and to embrace people like baby Bruno. So if you were touched by anything in particular of the event, there were so many things to choose from. But if you want to look at the overarching reach here in the city of Santa Fe Springs for the Relay for Life event, I think the numbers, if you total it up, we're at 2.8 million of what we've raised in the last 20 years or so. And so that's a huge amount of money for a little tiny city. And that makes us really proud to be a part of it, and just to actually say that Relay for Life Santa Fe Springs really puts a big, big chunk in that bucket. So we're really proud of that effort. And there's just some pictures of some things that we had. And on the right, you'll see baby Bruno. Baby Bruno has no hair, chemo treatments, has a binky and a sippy cup. 18 months old and is fighting cancer. When his parents came to the registration table and talked with Nancy and myself, we thought they were talking about one of them that had cancer, about support and finding the event just by driving by. They saw the banners, they saw the signs, and they stopped to see what this cancer event is all about. And in talking with them, they said, we have a cancer patient here, and I thought it was mom or dad. And they said, no, it's baby Bruno. And I looked, and Bruno is in chemo treatments, and it's a heart-wrenching thing to see a baby that has his whole life ahead of him. And the parents came to see the Relay for Life and to find resources and to find that bit of hope. You see the sign that says hope on the bottom. That's what we do. We provide hope for people and resources like Bruno and his family. So that's the impact this event has on this community and beyond. And you know they'll be back every year, and there's so many people that came that were new, that haven't been. Annette comes every single year. She sees what we do, and the people that come that just stop and say, I didn't know, this was great. They're going to bring their families and friends and more people each and every year. So the reach we do in Santa Fe Springs is powerful and it's impactful. And we want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for helping us make it better than it ever has been, with the support of the council and Renee in helping to create the vision. This is going to be bigger and better each and every year. So from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you and the council for your support each and every year, but more importantly, this year, because we're stepping into a new era with it. So thank you. And we have something to give to you and to take a picture.
And as Ms. Cindy is going up there to give some gifts, we do have a short recap video of this event.
Not in front of me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate your support. So, Ms. Jarvis, I have a question. What was our goal?
Our goal was 100,000, and we are at just about 90,000. And we're still raising money till December. So we have something going on with St. Paul. We're going to be hitting some other places. So if you have vendors and people that you're still reaching out to, please send them our way, because we absolutely need to get to that 100,000. And that's for kids like Bruno. We just passed 90,000. Oh, she said we just passed 90,000.
I just want to say one thing. So, on behalf of CJ Construction, you guys are going to meet your goal. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Don't make me cry.
All right. Where am I at? Changes to the agenda. Mr. Bobadilla, are there any changes to the agenda?
We have no changes tonight, Mr. Mayor.
Public comments. Public comments are now open. The public may address the city council on any non-public hearing items on the agenda or any other matter within the council's jurisdiction. You will have the opportunity to speak for 3 minutes once the deputy city clerk announces your name. Deputy city clerk, do we have any members of the public wishing to speak today?
Yes, Mayor, we currently have 4 speakers that want to speak. First, I'm going to call up on Michelle Peterson.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and council members. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak tonight. My name is Michelle Peterson. I'm a 15-year veteran from Siaka Animal Control. I'm sure you're all aware of Siaka. I'm sure you've probably been getting a lot of complaints recently about Siaka from your residents, complaints regarding why is it taking so long for them to receive service. That's what we're here to speak about. We are having a critical shortage of staff. We cannot attract applicants. We can't retain new hires. We're at, when I started in 2009, we had more than double the number of field officers that we have right now. And the results of that problem are really very clear. It takes anywhere from 2 to 5 business days for response that is not a priority. If there is an injured animal, that's a priority. They will stop something else that they're doing and they will respond to that. But when you're talking about the non-priority calls, days can go by before we're able to respond to it because we just do not have the manpower. And if you wonder why, I would direct you to Siaka's website and the list of job postings and look at the pay range. Just to compare with some of our neighbors, Los Angeles County and LA City Animal Control, both have right now jobs posted for animal control officers, and they start at $22 and change per hour. Siaka offers animal control officers a starting pay of $16 and change per hour. The result of this, we get a lot of people come in, they get trained, they might stay for almost a year, and then they move on to somewhere else. There aren't very many employees that have been there for any length of time now. The numbers are dwindling more and more, and most of the people that have been there for any length of time are women, mothers, maybe not single mothers, some of them are, trying to raise a family, trying to get by, and really struggling with the pay that we're getting right now. So if you could direct your attention to that, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Lisa Luna.
Good evening. I am Lisa Luna, a veteran of Siaka for almost 15 years, one of the last few remaining. There are numerous complaints from the public how understaffed we are. Where is management? Why does it take 1 to 2 weeks just to get the animal adopted and paid for, which contributes to the overwhelming capacity of animals? Why are the dogs not getting fixed during adoptions? Why aren't we utilizing the donated blankets, toys, and treats enough? Why are there so many sick dogs? Why aren't the dogs getting walked by extra help or doing interactions? These are the same questions I've asked myself and management. I encounter countless homeless animals interacting and socializing for the sake of the animal adopter and rescue. I endure daily safety hazards and have suffered heat illness last year inside the kennels. I've been through COVID-19, strep zoo, parvo outbreaks, and dog fights. Still, I am here. Despite breaking up an intense dog fight, saving his life, and got the wind taken out of me, there was no concern for me or the dog. I've already experienced retaliation, losing opportunities because I spoke to management regarding the facility's conditions. I was negatively labeled and dismissed. Management has recently received a firestorm of emails from the public becoming more aware of such conditions. Management continues to get raises and has 100% free medical, where the frontline workers are putting their lives at risk for the bare minimum. Calls are going to keep getting unanswered due to staffing, putting the community and animals at risk. New hires shouldn't be training each other. Part-time extra help shouldn't be training officers. Quality is going to drop drastically. Part-time extra help is being assigned to do full-time positions such as receiving stray animals, owner animals, behavioral, and quarantine bite dogs, while working minimal hours and going to school. Yet they are not allowed to do any animal interactions for the residents in your city who are interested in adopting. It's been a revolving door of employees. A female care technician with animal and child care experience quit after a week due to being belittled when turning in her packet. The current 10 officers have trouble finding a Siaka truck without maintenance issues and a working AC to get a handle on the 370-plus calls. The average when fully staffed is only 25 calls. Management is actively looking to offer extra services outside of our 14-member and contract cities, adding to our workload and still being underpaid. The scheduling hasn't been consistent. We don't get to know our animals and their needs this way. Dedication is not a priority to Siaka. With the cost of living, doing the work of multiple people, and getting no support from management, it has taken a toll on all of us. We're still in contract negotiations and are asking for your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next, Mayor, we have Charles Leon.
Honorable Mayor, I didn't realize it was so loud. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight. My name is Charles Leon. I am a coordinator with our city's team at SCIU Local 721. Want to thank the fire department for my smoke detector and for Sparky making a presence tonight. I do want to let you folks know that if you plan on taking Sparky for vaccination this Saturday to Siaka, there's a high chance you're going to get turned away. They don't have the staff there at Siaka to meet the needs, and actually the problem is so bad that they had to bring a third party to help with some of their vaccination. If you're getting complaints about Siaka, there is a reason. Ongoing 390 service calls. Some of them get closed out because just so much time passes and it's not really a high priority safety issue. But of those 390 or 400 service calls, some of them are Santa Fe Spring residents. Siaka has been around for 40 years. They're actually going to be celebrating their 40th birthday this month. They've been around for 40 years, and it started off with the cities of Pico Rivera, Norwalk, and Downey. Those are the founding cities. And then you have the member cities. And the founding cities and the member cities each comprise the Siaka board. So obviously Siaka's, Santa Fe Springs has a board rep, the founding cities, the other member cities as well. I know earlier you heard from some of our incredible folks, and if you were impressed by that, you should come down to the shelter because they're all amazing, that do the work every day because they care deeply about our fur babies and making sure that animals find forever homes. ACTs, ACOs, incredible workers that work in field, they work in licensing, they work in canvassing, they do the front office, they do the veterinary care. A comment was made that you probably have heard of Siaka. I wouldn't be surprised if a good portion of people actually haven't heard of Siaka because we have been at the table for quite some time now. There has, of course, been concern. We've reached out to board members to meet with us. People don't want to meet because we're at the table right now. Understand, totally get it. But it's obviously, we want to be able to go around to really highlight the problems that we're encountering with Siaka and the fact that it is really just awful. I'm not here tonight just about the MOU negotiations. It's about a culture that exists of Siaka, of arrogance and being dismissive. When we're at bargaining sessions and we talk about the staffing problems and people leaving and the revolving door and it falls on deaf ears. Now, an easy talking point, if you're a Siaka executive, you can just say, hey, look, money's tight. We don't have the money. I would ask you as decision makers and leaders in the community, how did they have the money for the last 4 years to give a 16% raise to the director on top of a generous car allowance and a 22% raise to the HR director and a 30+% raise to a community development director whose job is to educate residents that Siaka even exists? Folks, this is what we're up against. This is our bargaining unit in Siaka. The starting wage is $16.74 an hour. You can make more money going down the street working at Chick-fil-A. Now, granted, I understand that Siaka can't necessarily keep up every time that there is going to be a change, but what I want to highlight is the fact that you have a problem with Siaka, and we're asking for help. And we know board members don't really want to meet with us because we're at the table. We don't expect to resolve all the problems overnight, but we are asking for your help, and really this is going to help the residents of Santa Fe Springs. And for that, Mayor Serna, I thank you for your time. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for putting up with our multitude of emails. We're not going to go away until we get it right. These people are too important, and our fur babies are too important. And God bless you and the city and the incredible work you do.
Thank you, sir.
Mayor, last we have Lee Squire.
Lee Squires, son, nephew, World War II, nephew, Korean War, Vietnam era veteran. Mayor and City Council. I do this presentation tonight because you first honored my brothers of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, all who were killed in action at a July 4th event when you showed their pictures. For that, I am gratefully honored. The first item is the POW MIA flag. Prisoner of War Missing in Action. This flag was born out of the Vietnam War. This flag honors those, many if not most, were the children of World War II and Korea. However, Vietnam was not the first war with POWs and MIAs. I want to present the fact that the POW MIA flag not only honors the children of those of World War II and Korea, but it honors those in reverse. It honors the fathers and the mothers of World War II and Korea. On behalf of the Vietnam veterans, World War II veterans, and in honor of the Korean War veterans of Downey and the surrounding cities, I want to present to the office of the mayor the POW MIA flag in their honor and in their memory. Second, in honor of the Vietnam Veteran War, I'd like to present to Councilmember Zamora a flag that I received from my brother. He passed away 2 months ago. He bought this and he never wore it. I want to give you the honor of his shirt, the Vietnam era veteran, on behalf of your uncles that served in Vietnam. With that, I conclude my comments. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, Lee, can you bring him up here, please? So we can shake your hand and take a picture. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Take a picture, sir. Please.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
I know we usually don't speak. I don't know if there's another speaker with public comments, but my uncles that served, David Salceda and Eloy Salceda, I just, those are the two that uncles that served in the Vietnam War. My uncle Eloy, he actually wasn't old enough, and of course, he ended up lying in order to serve this country, and he went to Vietnam. Why he made that choice is because he loves this country. So God bless this great nation, and God bless you, Lee. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee, for everything that you do for us. Thank you, sir. That's no more.
No more speakers, Mayor.
I would like to now close public comment. Next, staff communication. Mr. Bobadilla, do we have any staff communication?
We have none tonight, Mayor.
Okay, City Council. Housing successor agency, and City Council consent calendar. We have a total of 11 items, numbers 8 through 18. City Attorney, please read the title of the ordinance, 1146.
Thank you, Mayor. An ordinance of the City Council of the City of Santa Fe Springs to amend sections 155.003, 155.519, 155.526, 155.527, 155.536, and add section 155.537 within Title 15, Chapter 155 of the Santa Fe Springs Municipal Code, and determination that the project is exempt from CEQA.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions on any of the agenda? No?
I'll move.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, so ordered. Appointments to boards, committees, and commissions. Councilmember Martin. Councilmember Rodriguez.
None tonight, thank you.
Councilmember Zamora.
None tonight. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Rounds.
None tonight, Mayor.
And I have none. Next, council comments, AB 1234, council conference reporting. Councilmember Martin.
No, nothing to report out from conferences. Are we doing our comments right now?
Yeah.
Just thank you. I mean, I love these meetings where everything's so positive. This is what we're about. Thank you so much. it hurts me to see about what's happening with Siaka. I was on that board for 12 years, and I am an animal lover, and I thank you. So, like I said, I appreciate you guys a lot. I said I have my 3 fur babies at home, so thank you for what you do. I said I was on the board, so appreciate what you do. Not anybody can actually do that, so hopefully something something could get done, and we don't want to lose more employees than we need to over there, especially for how many animals are out in the street. So thank you for coming. Thank you. Thank you. Relay for Life, Cindy, you guys did awesome. I know you're back there still. Also, Bill was in the mix. You saw him all over the place. Chief, awesome. I mean, it's just great. We changed venues for whatever known reason, and we know why. Things happen for a reason, and that venue that we had, it's outstanding. I think you guys did an awesome job, and it just grew. So thank you, especially for how creative everything was. I wasn't able to be there for the rest of the day, but it was awesome. Paint the town pink. You're gonna see everything pink. You guys probably get disgusted with seeing so much pink everywhere. Yeah. I know the fire don't always like the pink shirts that they wear, but thank you for doing it. Jay, thank you for having a pink.
I didn't have a choice.
Thank you very much.
So-
And my mind just went blank right now. Are we doing, Captain, are we doing the pink patch still? And they're doing fundraising for that too, right? So Whittier PD, Captain Ruiz does have the pink patch. All your officers are wearing that. Thank you so much for doing that. Like I said, a lot of people don't like wearing pink. Thank you, and I think that's it. Oh, tomorrow, are we doing walk to school?
Yes.
And then we have coffee with we're going to be really busy tomorrow. But no, thank you, and that's it. Thank you.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Good evening. Everything that Juanita said, I agree. The Relay for Life was amazing. It was, and the baby, Bruno, we're going to pray for him that he gets better. We're going to pray that there's no more cancer in his little body and that he can grow up to be an amazing young man. And you did a beautiful job. Everybody there it was just so heartfelt. Everybody did an amazing job working on the booths and the stage and the music, and it was just so positive. And that's what, again, we're here. There's just so much positivity in this beautiful city of Santa Fe Springs. I want to thank our library, Deborah Raya, and her staff. We had a mystery dinner on the weekend, and it was amazing. Again, this city is just amazing. And all of our staff, thank you so much. It was a fun event. The steak was good. The people, just to walk over and see everybody, we all know each other. What other city can walk into some place and you know so many people because everybody gets out and enjoys each other. We have just a beautiful connection. And we're going to walk to school tomorrow with our little ones, and we're going to have fun. And I can't wait to see them. So I just wanted to thank everybody for just allowing me to be in this great city, live here, and just be positive with you. Thank you so much.
Councilmember Zamora.
I just want to thank all you guys for coming out today. Siaka, the staffing, just the fact of just coming out here and just letting us know and informing us. I mean, we greatly appreciate it. I know we get these letters and we read them, but it's just different and it's heartfelt when you get to see the people behind the scenes that do all the work. So thank you guys for coming out. And you know, when it comes to our Relay for Life, it's, you know, we started small, and then we started at Lake Center. We started doing our things there, and, you know, it was pretty big. I mean, we used to have, I don't know how many teams. I mean, it was, you know, we did a great job, and little by little it started, you know, dwindling, and you know, the work that, you know, Cindy and Chad have done. I mean, thank you for your efforts, because it was just God's blessing was on it. You know, they moved it over there to Little Lake Park, and I know people thought it was going to be different, but it was just the fact of seeing like the greenery, the green space and the trees. It made it easier just for most people just to hang out. You saw a lot of people just under the trees, on the benches, just, you know, finding different areas just to unwind. And if they needed a break, instead of just being in the hot sun, you know, circling around the track, it just made it different, you know. So I think the vibe was a lot different there. So it was great to see. Mr. Lee Squire, you know, you literally brought back memories. I mean, I still remember when, I mean, just going to go visit my uncle Eloy, and you know, he had to go from Laredo to San Antonio, so he can become 100%, you know. And I remember the stories that when you would have to come home, when, you know, coming back, I would go out as a young man and go, you know, party, and you would have to announce yourself. And, you know, I had to tell my, you know, my uncle, Theo, you know, and you but yell it out that I was home. Because my uncle was in the front room, and he had this little, he had probably like a 19-inch TV that he could watch black and white, and then he had this little screen, and I remember he would have binoculars, and he was just so close to it, and he would have his rifle, he would have his gun, and that's why we had to announce ourselves. I'd go hug him, kiss him, but you would hear the stories that, you know, what PTSD does, and I mean, I can't imagine it. It's just difficult. So for all our armed servicemen and women, and, you know, the efforts that they put out there, it's just great to see that, while people run away from the fire, and I include our firefighters and our police officers, while people run away, you guys run to it. So we can't thank you enough for just being those first responders and those individuals that genuinely lay down their lives for us. So, you know, I just can't thank you enough, and may God always have a hedge of protection around this great nation, our armed servicemen and women. So God bless you guys, and, you know, just have a good night. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Rouse.
Good evening, everyone, and as has been said, thank you all for being here tonight, being part of your community, knowing you want to know what's going on in your city, and you deserve that. Paint the town pink, that means fall's right around the corner, if it isn't already here. A lot of stuff coming up. The city's done a lot of events this past year, and there's a lot more coming up, as you know. We don't do it secondhand, we do it top-notch, all of the events. Relay for Life, again, thank you, Chad and Cindy and everybody involved that was there. As you all well know, it was a well-attended event, and it was a family event this year because of all the bounce houses we had. It wasn't just walking, there were events there. There was a bubble run in the morning. I know Chad was the odd-on favorite at the beginning of the race to win it, but he lost out to an 18-year-old kid. What can I say, Chad? He tried, though. But thank you again for everybody being there. And thank you, Lee Squire. Thank you for your service to your country, and thank you for always remembering the veterans and reminding us and bringing that to our attention. So with that, everyone have a great weekend, and looking forward to fall. Thank you.
Go ahead and mention it.
I also want to mention the Quartermania we had for the Lee Foundation. I do want to thank the city for their participation and their donation. Little Lake Educational Advancement Foundation, we give out grants to teachers and students, and we try to give out anywhere from $40,000 to $50,000 a school year. So, you know, we had that on Thursday, and I think roughly we might have raised, we don't have the exact amount, but anywhere from probably over $15,000. So just thank you guys for the support.
You too?
I forgot to say, I just wanted to thank our mayor for donating to our Relay for Life, to making that match.
What are you doing, lady?
I want to thank him because that's so nice, and that's one of, you know, he's a very, very nice person. He's so giving, and I just want to say thank you. We appreciate you, and he does this all the time, and he never wants people to say anything. But I want to say, and our peers, everybody up here, let's say thank you. One, two, three. Thank you.
Cut the mic. Now I don't want to speak. Now I don't want to say nothing. First, I want to, nobody, said hello to Rick. Nobody introduced Rick. Everybody forgot our new city attorney. Everyone, this is Rick Overis. He is our new city attorney. I hope you're going to be used to the happy-go-lucky type of council. I don't know what type of other councils that you belong to, but we're very homely and happy here, and we try to make it as pleasant as possible to be up here. So you're going to have to just deal with some of the Mayberry stuff that we do up here. So welcome.
Thank you for the warm welcome, and I finally figured out how to use this microphone, so I won't have any problems going forward, but just very happy to be here, and I look forward to working with all of you and getting to know members of the public as well. Thank you.
Welcome. Siaka, I know you guys are out there, and you guys are going to be, oh, right there, you guys are. There's some out there too, sorry. You know, the hard work that you guys do, I think people don't really realize the hard work that you guys have to do day in and day out, and to get a fair pay for a fair day's work is, you know, we should be giving. And when you're being able to go to Chick-fil-A and make $20 an hour to make chicken, and you guys are out there doing so many more things to help these animals and take care of them. So I hope you guys get what you guys deserve, and make sure that, you know, if you need our support or a letter from us, I would love to help with that. So thank you guys for everything you guys do, okay? Lee Squire, I can't thank you enough for the fabulous gift. It's an honor and a pleasure to have something like this. I thank you. You know, if you ever want to move to Santa Fe Springs, I'll find you a house to live in, because you're you are definitely part of this community, whether you live here or not, and I thank you for everything that you do for us. So thank you, sir. You know, the Relay for Life, Cindy Jarvis, Chief, Mayor Pro Tem, you guys are awesome. You guys do an amazing job for us. And it's easy for us to stand up here and say thank you when you guys are doing all the hard work, but we support you guys 1,000%. And it's just a great thing, because hopefully we're a small city, but we have a mighty punch, and it really goes and show. Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. Thank you, sir. I'm going to adjourn the meeting tonight, and I don't want to mess up his name. Where is he? Where? Gus. I'm going to put him on the spot, and I don't do it to be disrespectful, but to tell you that we love you. We hope nothing but great things come out of this, and whatever that is, you'll find out later on in life. But know that we love you, we're here for you, and I want to adjourn the meeting in memory of, I'm going to mess up his name. I'm just going to say Mr. Hernandez, sir, because I don't want to mess up his name. So, Gus, we love you. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.